Now here's a fact. Since 1978, the S&P 500 has generated a 10.5 annualized return. If you hold them for decades, they could turn into some serious money. So let's get started. That means if you had invested $1,000 in 1978, it would be worth over $6,000 today. Now that is an incredible feat. But here's something even more impressive. The S&P 500 has generated a 10.5 annualized return for 9 straight decades. And that means that if you had reinvested your dividends, you would have seen even greater results. This is called the compounding effect. And it's when you earn money, you invest it. They're a commission-free investing platform that's perfect for beginners. They've increased their dividend for 10 straight years and currently have a dividend yield of 4.3%. Pfizer is a huge pharmaceutical company that's been around for decades. They're a leader in their industry and have a strong balance sheet. Plus, they have a ton of resources to help you learn about investing. They've increased their dividend for 27 straight years and currently have a dividend yield of 4.9%. If you hold them for decades, they could turn into some serious money. But as always, do your own research and due diligence before buying any of these stocks. And remember, investing is a long-term game. Don't get in if you can't stay in. So with that said, until next time, I wish you all the best in your investing journey. IBM is a huge company that's been around for decades. They're a leader in their industry and have a strong balance sheet. So if you're young and just starting out, I would definitely check them out. And then that money earns you more money, which then earns you even more money. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger as it goes. The longer you let it go, the bigger it gets. In this short, we're going to take a look at some of the best dividend stocks to buy right now. All right, everyone. First up is a stock that's been a staple in my portfolio for years, and that's Coca-Cola. They've increased their dividend for 61 straight years and currently have a dividend yield of 3.4%. They've increased their dividend for 7 straight years and currently have a dividend yield of 2.8%. They've increased their dividend for 9 straight years and currently have a dividend yield of 0.6%. Now, I know what you're thinking. 0.6 dividend yield is not very high. But don't forget that Apple is a tech company, and tech companies typically don't pay high dividends. What makes Apple so attractive is their growth potential. In my opinion, they're one of the best growth stocks out there. And if you buy them and hold them for decades, I think they could generate some serious returns. Caterpillar is a huge company that makes construction and mining equipment. They're another company that's a leader in their industry and has a strong balance sheet. Coca-Cola is a stock that you can buy and then pretty much forget about. They're a huge company with a dominant brand and a strong balance sheet. Next up is a stock that I've been buying recently, and that's Caterpillar. All right, next up is a stock that I'm considering buying, and that's Apple. And speaking of growth, if there's one thing that I've learned from investing, it's that the earlier you start, the better. And if you're young and just starting out, I would suggest checking out Public. All right, next up is a stock that I bought recently, and that's Pfizer. And last but not least is a stock that's been on my radar for a while, and that SIBM. All right, everyone, that's all I got. These are just a few of the many great dividend stocks that you can buy right now.